I don't know about you, but certainly for me, I'm always looking at new ways to try and make money, improve my returns in the market, and just generally beat the system. So if there's different ways I can make money on my assets, then I'm all ears.
Listen well, brother.
I'm listening.
One of those assets which has really interested me since around 2017 and just before, after I got my first mining rig and started hunting for that lucrative Bitcoin, and once I dipped my toe in that digital water, I knew I was hooked. Over the past few months, we've seen different kind of cryptocurrency exchanges pop up all over the place, establishing themselves and trying to fight for that dominance. And rather than just establishing themselves as places where you can buy and sell your crypto, a lot of these companies are now dipping their toes into the water of crypto lending, and also on the other side, giving you interest on not only your stable coins, your cryptocurrency and fiat money too. As we all know, as interest rates have been kept horribly low for a number of years now, trying to get any kind of decent interest on your money in your bank account has been completely ridiculous. Some of these low rates out there just make it look absolutely pointless keeping your money there, as ultimately inflation is eating away at your hard-earned money every single day. So unless that money is sat there for an emergency fund, protected in the event of life's different little emergencies, then I'm trying to think of ways to make more money with that without inflation taking its big chunk. Now that's hopefully where a platform like Nexo can come in. So let's have a look at this interesting platform and see if it might be useful for us. I'll take a look at who they are, what they offer us, and potentially how we can make up to 12% interest on our cryptocurrency and cash. Firstly, let's have a look at who Nexo are. Nexo claim to be the world's largest and most trusted lending platform for digital currencies. Nexo say they've got over 2 million active users using 40 different fiat currencies, and they're active in over 200 jurisdictions around the whole world, which to my understanding is pretty much the whole world apart from a few weird different countries. You can manage everything with Nexo on both their user platform online or their mobile application as well for both Android and Apple, and at least from my standpoint seem really easy to use, especially if you're a beginner in this space. Now there's several sections to their platform and I'll go through them in this review. This is just going to be a very quick overview of understanding what they do and what they can potentially offer us. Firstly, you can buy and sell cryptocurrency just like all the other major exchanges. So of course, if you're looking to buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, or if you're a complete mentalist and want to go and buy Dogecoin, completely up to you. Secondly, as we mentioned earlier, this is a place where we can earn money on our cryptocurrency and fiat money as well. Next, you can also exchange different cryptocurrency and cryptocurrency pairs. So if you're not happy holding one sort of cryptocurrency, you can swap that for another. And finally, they're also offering a card which you can earn up to 2% back on all of your purchases you spend using your Nexo account. Free money. Cha-ching. I'm not going to cover anything here particularly around buying cryptocurrency because I don't think that's really unique about the platform and you can do that anywhere. But I will say it's very, very easy to add your money here and make that first purchase, especially if you live here in the UK. So on the platform, they support the faster payment service, which is effectively like just as you would pay one of your friends, just needing their bank account and sort number, rather than using the international Swift payment transfer system, which just means that that money can be in your account instantly once you make that purchase. To do that on the platform, really simply, you'll go to your wallet section, you'll choose the currency of choice. For me, of course, that will be pounds, but for you, that might be euros or dollars. You'll go to top up. From that section, it will then give you the option and give you all of the details you need to add their bank account details in the faster payment system. You'll then go over to your bank, online banking, whatever you use, set them up as a payee. Make sure you use the correct reference number because that is going to be unique to your account. And as soon as that's set up and as soon as that money is sent, you'll see a notification appear in your Nexo account that that money is available to use. And I don't know about you, but at least knowing that money sent and is accessible for me straight away rather than waiting 2 to 3 days on some international transfer is definitely a lot more reassuring. Now let's talk about the juicy bit. Let's talk about earning some interest here. This platform claims that you can earn up to 12% interest annually, which is certainly a huge amount when we consider the S&P 500, which we always talk about, has averaged a return of around 10%, not taking into account inflation over the last 50 years. So 12% is pretty damn high.
It's too damn high.
However, in order to get that top 12%, there are a couple of caveats, so let's just run through them now. So a couple of things determine that rate. One of the first things is what kind of currency we're talking about here. So that 12% rate is only really available on stable coins and fiat money. Second, in order to get that highest level rate too, you will need to stake it for a certain number of fixed term as well. That might be a 1 month, 3 months or 6 month, depending on the cryptocurrency you're using on the platform. And finally, to get that top tier rate, you will need to get your payout in the Nexo token itself. Now, the Nexo token is a cryptocurrency of choice for the Nexo platform that they own and control. If you do want to get paid out in the same currency as you have in the account, for example, Bitcoin or Ethereum, then absolutely you can do, but you still won't access that top 12% rate. That's held for those special individuals who want to hold some Nexo tokens in their account and they're happy being paid out in that currency. And finally, you will need to be a platinum Nexo member to actually get hold of that. And all that means is just in your portfolio, you will need to have a certain percentage of Nexo tokens. And in fact, it's 10% or more to become a platinum member. And they're not too expensive, to be honest, so depending on how much cryptocurrency you've got in your account, there could be some benefits here, completely up to you if you decide to go that way. On the lowest membership level, it's not exactly too hurtful, but you certainly won't be getting that 12% advertised interest rate that you see on the front of the website. Of course, there's going to be some risk here being paid out in Nexo token, more than you might get any risk by being paid out in Ethereum or Bitcoin. This is completely up to you, and this depends how much trust and value you want to ultimately put into that platform. And if Nexo grows big and huge as a platform, ultimately that Nexo token will hold some value and utility. If not, who knows? And that's the world of cryptocurrency. On a really positive note, all the interest is paid daily. So you'll see that advertised annual rate, and then of course that accrues daily, every single time, making sure that you've got money in your account and in cryptocurrency in your account. So long as you're not on a fixed term contract and you haven't had to stake on kept your cryptocurrencies in the account, you'll get that money daily, and there is a flexible rate, which means ultimately you'll feel free to move in and out your money and do with it as you will. But the longer you put that money in there, of course, you're able to actually get that 12% interest rate, and that will build up over the days throughout the years. On the platform, there's a total of 23 coins which they currently offer interest on, and of course that varies all the way from lower rates on stuff like Dogecoin, from the mid-tier rates on things like Ethereum and Bitcoin, and then as I mentioned before, those top tier rates are really restricted to those stable coins and your fiat coins as well, which they convert 1-to-1. The second really interesting part of the platform is that you can use your crypto as leverage to actually use it for loans. Now, I really like this concept, but of course it's going to carry a certain level of risk as an individual, so there is a balance to be had here. There's completely no credit checks, no one's relying on you to have kept up your monthly payments on your credit card or your mortgage. Ultimately, everything here is backed by your crypto. So you will put in your Ethereum, your Bitcoin into your account, and you'll be given access to a percentage of that, which I think at the moment is around a third, as a loan instantly, which you can transfer to your bank account and you will be charged interest on. Again, that interest rate really depends on that level of Nexo membership. So if you do hold more than 10% of your portfolio in Nexo coins, you will get that lowest interest rate. However, you're free to do that without any Nexo tokens at all. You'll just pay a slightly higher APR. Just remember, in a word of warning, in this unregulated space, you will end up having to forfeit your crypto if you do not make your repayments and you are not able to make those payments back. So Nexo platform ultimately will be the winner here when they have all of your Ethereum and all of your Bitcoin because you fail to make those repayments. I think it's a really interesting space because ultimately I think it will apply to a certain set of individuals who may not really care about their actual credit scores and ultimately don't have that, but they have a large leverage of cryptocurrency, but they still need some access to cash with it for the time being. And I think so long as the cryptocurrency market is moving in the right direction, taking a loan out from it might not be a bad idea. But hey, it's a completely unregulated space. It's completely for you as an individual to take that as a risk, but still interesting nonetheless. And of course, that interest paid on that is helping people like me as a saver earn interest back as that money's lent out. Finally, let's talk a little bit about the card. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the card on me, and apparently I'm on some waiting list for it. If you do have it, I'd be really interested in finding out if you found it useful at all. As we've seen, there are other platforms out there now offering these kind of cashback cards that you can earn up to 2% interest on all of your spending. Personally, in my life, I'm very keen on making sure I earn as much money as possible, and whether that be using my credit card for all of my necessary purchases, I'm certainly a big fan of doing this, and I've actually made a separate video talking about the fact that I never use my debit card at all, and all of my purchases and my essential purchases, I don't go crazy here, which get paid off at the end of every single month, I use my credit card for to give me consumer protection and also earn any points too. But if you've got one of these fancy cards, let me know, leave a comment below. Now, we can't just talk about all the good things about the Nexo platform, let's talk about the downsides and the risks.
Oh my God, okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure?
And a lot of the risks here apply in the cryptocurrency platform as a whole. So one thing I do like about the platform, to be fair, is it does address a lot of these concerns. There is a whole section on the website that talks about security, that talks about all of the backing and all of the insurance policies that have, which cover your cryptocurrency and also which back your hard-earned cash. Now, of course, at the end of the day, these are unregulated. The FDIC in the US or the FCA here in the UK won't be able to protect your money up to the 85k limit that we get here in the UK if we were to put our money into a bank or another investment platform. This is completely up to you and Nexo, depending on who you trust and who you rely on. I do like the fact that the company's prioritizing this and making this very clear how they secure the platform, and certainly when you log into the platform on the website, you can enable two-factor authentication, so you can use your Google Authenticator, for example, to make sure you get access to your account. And furthermore, if you've got an iPhone like me, you can use Face ID and multi-factor authentication too, which helps add to that extra level of security and ultimately gives you more reassurance on the platform that they're taking it seriously and looking after you. Secondly, a key thing here to remind yourself of is the fact that all of these high interest rates and all these benefits, they are under no obligation at all to pay you and keep these going for many years to come. There is nothing stopping them at all next month, next week from dropping these rates to a much lower level, for example, and really this 12% rate potentially could be quite unsustainable in the really, really long term. But it's a trade-off. At the moment, if you're using platform to earn interest on your crypto, you're very much still in that early adopter stage, so take advantage of it while you can. But in reality, can we get 5 or 10 years of 12% interest? I mean, those are market-beating returns, right? So that's extremely good. Who knows? Just be aware of that. They're under no obligation to keep these rates high, so enjoy it while you can and take the risks. So let's sum everything up and what are my thoughts and opinions on the platform and these platforms generally. So all of this crypto lending, earning money and crypto card space is very, very new. Hasn't been going along for a very long period. We can't go back hundreds of years with banks and fiat money to understand really where we've come from. So everything's very, very much new, up in the air, and we don't know where this is going to go. Who knows? But on a positive state, the possibilities are endless. It's great. Any more flexibility we can get in the financial system, which means that more people can access their money, more people can transfer money around the world without having that being controlled by central banks, is certainly a positive. But it will come with risks as well. So as with anything, there's going to be a trade-off. I'm certainly impressed from a security standpoint, if I haven't already mentioned that already. I do like the fact that they're prioritizing security and making sure that your digital currency is secure, because with any of these platforms that are completely unregulated, that trust is extremely important and you need to make sure that's held to the highest level of regard. If I were to choose to move my Ethereum and Bitcoin into this platform, which I have a very small holding in at the moment, I would certainly want to really know that this company is going to take that seriously. The moment I send that Ethereum off into space and cross my fingers and hope it arrives safely and that no one else can access it. So full disclosure from my side, as you might have heard from some of my other videos, most of my holdings in cryptocurrency are kept on my BlockFi account, where I have a majority Ethereum holding with some Bitcoin as well. On Nexo at the moment, I've just kind of dribbled in a little bit of cash and turned a little bit into Ethereum and a little bit into Nexo tokens just to kind of try it out. So far, so good. Would I recommend you transfer all of your crypto assets into Nexo right now? Who knows? Completely up to you. This space is so wild, it's so new. Just be careful out there. Like with anything, I think having long-term assets and long-term investments in traditional fields are probably much more reliable and a much better place to start. But feel free to have a small percentage of your assets in cryptocurrency, completely at your own risk. Remember, I'm not a professional financial advisor at all. Everything I say is just my opinion, but it's an interesting space nonetheless. And if we can earn some free money and take a little bit of risk along the way, then c'est la vie. Anyway, I hope you found the video really useful. Drop me a like if you have. Subscribe for more. I will see you guys in the next one.